But we're gonna talk about flash modifiers real quick and how to shoot them, okay? So this is my AD400 Pro. This is the flash I recommend. I don't like using speed lights. I don't think they are powerful enough. They cause more issues than they actually kind of solve. And it's a personal preference. If you use them and you have great luck with them, fantastic. I don't. I like to use this guy. I will go over it first. So the typical ways of firing a flash is usually up onto the ceiling, back behind you, or directly at it. I like to fire mine directly at it, but I like to use a modifier for it, which we'll get into. Things to remember about why I don't like shooting it and bouncing it off of stuff. These are not always white. These are cool white, warm white, off-white, whatever. You can get casting. Color will pick up a tint of color from whatever it touches and reflect it back. That can make the editing much harder. It can make your color look a lot worse. It can also, this gives stranger shadows this way than it does if you're firing at it. So I like to fire straight at it as opposed to firing off the ceiling. I just find that it gives me better. Also, you have to deal with your reflection when you fire it off the ceiling in windows and things like that. That can also be a huge pain. Usually you have to have multiple flashes in order to deal with that. So what I use is I use this guy right here, which we saw in our other videos. This guy is a Godox CS50D. It is a lantern, Chinese lantern, or orb style diffuser. But this guy goes on the front of it. I'll show you that real fast. This is an orb. All the light goes into it. You can see there's nothing really in it. It's just diffusion all the way around, and it diffuses in every direction the camera is looking. I take this guy, set him there, he's nice and lightweight, pull our little safety latch, take it off, push this guy in here, come back, click it in, boom. And he's on here like this. I like to hold him like a gun by the handle down here, the little umbrella mount, light stand mount, and fire it off over my camera. But I hold it over the camera just like this and fire it off. That way the light comes out all over this guy. And it gives really, really nice soft shadows. I know what the color of this is. It's not bouncing off of anything. It's coming out of this. And it makes for a lot more uniform light, which you'll see, and you probably saw in the photo. I will use the photo we took to illustrate that. But it gives really, really soft light. And it is the best modifier I have used. You do need to be careful with it. This material is not the most durable in the world. It can rip. I actually do have a small tear somewhere in it. Well, probably good I can't find it. Oh, it's right there. Just a little rip right there. But I set it down on the ground just like this, do my thing, pick it up, boom, fire. Set it back down. It rests really easily. It rotates because it's a Bowens mount, so you can sit here and you could rotate it if you wanted to. I have mine a little tight, but it sits like that as well if you want to. And it sits just perfectly fine. Or rotate it like this, and it sits just like that. I want to get the AD600 because it is a lot more powerful than this guy, and I find that at the end of the day, sometimes in really large homes with dark walls or wood or whatever, in tough lighting conditions, this one doesn't do enough for me. So I think the 600 would be there, but this is my flash setup, and that's kind of my theory on flash. I do not pop it onto the ceiling, I do not pop it behind me, and I do not use it like bare flash straight out because of the hard shadows. I did use a bell housing for a while. So a bell housing, it's about a little reflector like this, and I had a diffuser over it with a plastic disc on it. I got it off Amazon for like 40 bucks. Bowens mount, again, best thing ever. Bowens mount, universal, they're great. Just about universal, I guess. And yeah, it has been my workhorse. It has been worth the increased time dealing with it and making sure I don't bump it into things. Bumping it into the camera is the worst thing you can do, or something around in the scene. But the light that it gives is worth the amount of increase in time and kind of almost skill level, just of like making sure I know where to put it and set it and stuff like that. But it's been worth it. So that is how I do it. Like I said, we'll tear it back down here and I'll show you how I carry it so you guys can see it does all fit into a backpack. So I take that guy off, take him here. He'll come down a lot easier than it was to put together sometimes. It's super easy to put together, but just wasn't for me, that one. Goes like this. Grab the side of my bag. This is just a tripod holder on my Shimoda bag here. Take this guy, stick it in here, take the tripod strap, put it on the side of it, and just click it together if I can find the latch, which I can. I'm just not very good with my left hand. come on, and boom, like that. It does stick up a little bit, not too bad, you gotta be careful with it. Then this guy here, grab this, unlock, take that, kind of lock it like that, put our cap on it. This comes with it. It fits in the Godox mount, which is a cool mount, I will agree. It is a cool mount, but I like Bowens because Bowens is a little more universal. And it just fits in the top just like that. And you can close it up, boom. And I'm able to carry all that, carry my tripod separate, but typically I have this bag. This is my extra bag of lenses and Ninja monitor and microphone if I wanted it and all that good stuff. But that's how I do it. And it carries really easily. So that's my flash setup. A couple of you guys were asking about it and my theories on it. And that's why I do what I do. And I shoot all my homes Flambient. HDR I kind of reserve for the quick homes, people who are on a budget and need something that can fit a lower price point, and they're willing to accept maybe some color casting and not as great of lighting that you can get with Flambient. But that's it. Let me know if you guys have questions, what you want to know more about. Be happy to answer them. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Appreciate all the support. We'll continue, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.